What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, this was a request from an actual commenter on my page. He wanted me to talk about this topic. I had previously read about this and heard this, but I figured no problem. I like to give back, and I'll weigh in on the situation, give my stances. That's about Saul Canelo Alvarez and his training camp. The reports say that Canelo is just running through his opponents in sparring. I believe he's training at Big Bear for his September 14th showdown with Floyd Mayweather Jr. And yeah, allegedly he's destroying his sparring partners. They've had to replace several guys, take guys out of rotations because guys are getting hurt. One of the sparring partners had a broke rib. Two of the other guys were injured. Someone else hurt their shoulder, and apparently he knocked somebody out. Um, my thoughts on this: that's great. It's great for boxing. It's good to see Canelo's work ethic at such a young age. Um, if he is running through sparring partners, so be it. Um, I ultimately am happy that he's running through sparring partners, and this report was released. So September 14th, win, lose, or draw, there's no excuses. So if he loses, read this report again that he was running through sparring partners, and I don't want to hear anything about, oh, he was 2 pounds shy, he was weight drained, he was dehydrated. So obviously he's having a pretty good training camp. So again, I'm happy for this because that means there should be no excuses September 14th. The weight is obviously not an issue if he's breaking motherfuckers' ribs and injuring them and taking them out of rotation. They had to get 8 to 12 guys um, to bring in for sparring, and that's good. That's all good. That's what I want to see. I want to see a fair fight. Like I said, this is boxing. This is a grown man's sport. This is a hurt business. Let's go. I want to see it. I want to see the best version of Canelo and the best version of Mayweather. May the best man win. The end. And like I said, I'm glad to hear that Canelo's having a successful training camp. That just leads to no excuses. Same thing with Guerrero. Guerrero was confident. Um, Him and his father knew the game plan. Guerrero said in interviews with Ellie Seckback and others that he knew the game plan. He knew Floyd was a thinker and he would have to make adjustments. But watching someone on TV versus being in the ring, it's a totally different feeling. So we'll see. Will Canelo rise to the occasion? Does he have it in him to dethrone somebody who's reigning for 16, 17, 18 years? And we'll see on September 14th. So my thoughts on this: I'm glad Canelo's demolishing his sparring partners, going through them, making easy work of them. Um, Another thing with this, there's also a flip side to this coin. They are reporting that he's destroying sparring partners, which is cool, but it's coming from the Canelo camp. Sometimes people could say whatever's going on in camp. Sometimes a fighter might be injured and they say, oh yeah, camp's going great, because they don't want their opponent to know that um, their potential opponent is going in hurt or wounded or with a pre-existing condition, like the Danny Garcia Zab Judah fight. Ultimately, Garcia had bruised ribs, and I think they were going to try to keep the fight with Zab Judah. However, it was too severe to the point where they didn't feel Danny Garcia would have a good showing, so they postponed it, rescheduled that bout. So, as far as preliminary talk before fights, training camps, I mean, I pay attention. I definitely keep my antennas raised, but I only I only consider what is being said so much because, again, it's coming from a biased source. It'd be one thing if a completely neutral and non-biased person was in Canelo's camp and he was the one reporting this, like someone who I just feel like a Roy Jones Jr. who's expressed love for Canelo and also Floyd Mayweather. I'd be like, okay, Roy Jones Jr. saying this, cool, but what we're hearing is from Canelo's training camp. Same thing with Mayweather. I'm sure they're going to say Mayweather's untouchable and he's fighting guys that are weigh 160, 168. That's what you're supposed to do. That's why they don't film sparring sessions. So the words of people's training camp, to me, it only holds so much weight because, again, everyone in the training camp is there to support that fighter. So of course, everything they're going to say, they're going to only say the good attributes. What if Canelo's running out of stamina like he did in the Trout fight? They're not going to release that in a statement. They're going to tell you what he's doing good. So that's how it's supposed to be. Like I said, the news of training camps. I listen, but it only holds so much weight. Ultimately, you got to show and prove. Robert Guerrero, everybody else that Mayweather fought said the same thing basically. So, it's good. Like I said, it's good for boxing, and it's good to see that if this is true, Canelo is training hard and he's really prepared and he's really taking this serious. I mean, there's nothing worse than to be in such a heavily disciplined sport like boxing and have a fighter who just is not taking it serious and they look like they showed up for a paycheck. I mean, that's a waste of the fans' money who purchase tickets to show up. It's a waste of the viewers' time. It's a waste of the promoters' time making flyers and posters and promo dates and autograph signings. You just waste everybody's time by not taking your craft seriously. So, like I said, if Canelo's running through his sparring partners, good for him. September 14th, ultimately, he's going to have to do that, not with a sparring partner, but with the real man, no headgear. And we'll see what unfolds and what happens. But like I said, I can only consider it so much based on the source, and that's Team Canelo, and they're the ones letting us know that. Like I said, if it were Mayweather, I would expect his camp would only tell you what he's doing right. They're not going to tell you like, oh, FYI, he got a black eye from Errol Spence. You know what I mean? They're not going to really promote those aspects of other training camps or of training camps in general. So, like I said, Canelo running through sparring partners, that's definitely good for him. He's taking it serious, and I don't want to hear any excuses. September 14th, September 15th. May the best man win. Let me know what you guys think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next videos, Ego, signing off.